Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Balboa Show with a top 10 list, a wish list for WWE 2K20 Universe Mode. Now before we start the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, post notifications, link to Twitch and Mixer in the description so you can catch up with the live streams here on YouTube or on those platforms just to grow them as well. And let me know what you want in the Universe Mode of WWE 2K20. So a lot of these are going to be things that I hope can be added into the game, hopefully not too crazy, but then I might add some that are freaking crazy, or maybe I'll do that in another video. So let's get straight into it with number one. I want surprise roster members and attires. Now in the older SmackDown vs Raw games like 2011, 2010, when you go into the Universe Mode, Vince McMahon would actually come out during the end of a match and say that you have one more, that wasn't your last match tonight, you have one more opponent, and then you'll have like a surprise roster member come out that you haven't unlocked yet in the game, and it would be then a new playable character. And I think that is so flipping cool, especially if they can do that without announcing the roster member in the roster reveal, and then when people play the Universe Mode and then it comes out and everybody's like, oh my god, he's in the game, holy moly. And also with the surprise attires, when you play with John Cena, I don't know which one it was, I think it was WWE 13, that's the one I remember it from, when you go to WrestleMania and you beat John Cena, he would come out with a brand new attire. He would come out with the purple John Cena shirt, which you haven't unlocked yet in the game, so it's like an universe exclusive which you can unlock and then play in the rest of the game wherever you want. So just like those kind of things, I think will be absolutely insane. If you play, let's just say you can do like a surprise NXT character at TakeOver, and that Vince or Triple H could come out and said you got one more match tonight because it's NXT, and then I don't know, I think Matt Riddle or Keith Lee would already be in the game, but maybe adding someone like secret like Kushida or Damian Priest or someone even smaller than that, I don't know. I think I wouldn't be any of the breakout superstars because I think they're a bit way too new to be in the game. But yeah, I think Damian Priest, some guys that were in the Performance Center for a while, should be there, even at an NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. Like when you do that in the Universe Mode, we get a brand new NXT UK star that wasn't announced in the game. So I think they should save like 4 or 5 surprise roster members for the Universe Mode. Also with the attires, you get a special TakeOver attire like Demon Finn Balor, Jack Ripper, and you know, just adding those kind of little touches would be absolutely insane, and it's something I definitely want in WWE 2K20. I think those kind of moments really stay with people and really give that kind of nudge that wow, this wasn't a flipping insane game. And I don't know why they took these kind of things out of the WWE games over the years, but yeah, that is something. Surprise roster members and attires. And number 2, I want tournaments and King of the Ring implementation. I definitely want King of the Ring implementation. I want to be able to have a bracket, and I want that bracket to be done not all in one night, but over a couple of weeks. Like you can actually set a King of the Ring bracket and then spread that bracket out over the weeks, and then you can actually have the final pay-per-view, and then we actually have like a cinematic for the King of the Ring winner, and he comes out on the throne, and maybe for a year of Universe Mode he would actually have a throne and a King of the Ring kind of entrance, and it will be absolutely insane. You can give a couple superstars, how with Money in the Bank you gave a couple superstars specific King of the Ring entrances if they've won King of the Ring before, or they've given them specific Money in the Bank entrances because they've won Money in the Bank before. But then you can also have just like a generic King of the Ring entrance, maybe even start off with the generic King of the Ring entrance for WWE 2K20 for all the superstars, or maybe have like a couple of variants of the King of the Ring entrances, and then you can set that in the creation mode of the entrance creator tool. Also with tournaments, it would be absolutely insane if we can do something like Mae Young Classic a cruiserweight classic kind of thing, and we can actually make our own one, like super heavyweight classic or NXT classic and Worlds Collide event. I think that would really be a pay-per-view kind of thing that you could just add, really. But yeah, just more implementation of WWE tournaments over the last years, and I think that would be a great way to do it, because at the moment you can't even have King of the Ring in universe mode, and I really want that. I really want tournament kind of based things in universe mode, and I think that would be a great way for 2K and Visual Concepts to add more to the universe mode and just to give creative freedom to the player. And number 3 is something very important. I really want a draft and shakeup system in WWE 2K20 now. I know, even if I don't know about GM mode because they haven't announced it yet, or maybe it's going to be a surprise thing in a couple of weeks. We've had rumors, nothing's been confirmed. The rumors are very, very vague on it, so you never know. Austin Creed, Xavier Woods actually mentioned something. He said, if you want to know about universe mode, give it a couple of weeks. He said something along those lines. But to add a draft and shakeup system in WWE 2K20 would be so cool. I was trying to find a flipping draft simulator online, but I couldn't find one. I think WWE website actually had one online, but to implement that in WWE 2K20 would be so freaking fun. I really want to draft the rosters rather than just setting the roster in my universe mode settings. To draft it would just be so much more fun, and then you can, after like a course of the year, or you can set the time limit like every 6 months, you'd have a shakeup system. You could do a random shakeup system, you can do I think a random one would be better, but you can do a set shakeup system, so you choose what stars go over to which brand, and it would be just like cool. Like you just have a one-on-one match, and then a guy from SmackDown would show up on Raw, and now he's part of the roster during the shakeup days, the 2 days of shakeup, which you will be doing in the universe mode, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really want a draft system. I think I could just sit there for ages just doing multiple drafts after another draft, and if you can just add like a draft simulator to WWE 2K20, it would be so fun. It's just like a little implementation that would just make the game so much more fun, because drafting your own roster is something I think everybody wants, that, especially with that kind of GM mode feel. Even if they don't add GM mode, I think adding the draft system into the universe mode would be a very good way forward for WWE universe mode. And number 4, be able to change matches once the show has started. That's something I really wanted. I really like that about the old games, and I know that since 2K16 I think, or 17, when they've added this kind of set matches for the week, and then once you start the show you can't change it. It's mainly due to, because I think once the show started, it just gives, I don't actually know why they actually do it, to be honest, but to be able to change matches once the show started, it's just something small. I really would like that. I've always, sometimes like once I've had a match, I kind of don't want to play the next match that I've already set. I want to change it, and maybe I want to have a triple threat tournament at the beginning of the night, and then whoever wins that tournament, like a triple threat match, and whoever wins that triple threat match goes on to the main event. But rather than setting that main event, maybe even have like a mystery opponent option as well, or just something. I just don't want to be able to set matches once the show started and then I cannot change them. I really want to have more freedom in terms of that, and let me know if that's something you guys want as well. Number 5, have a pay-per-view during the weeks, like a live event kind of system, and WWE Network special type events. Now this is something I really would like as well, to have pay-per-views during the weeks, like Wednesdays and Fridays, rather than just setting, like, it doesn't actually give you the option to do that at the moment. Once you set a show, it then like becomes part of the weekly shows. Like if you set Money in the Bank for Friday, now Money in the Bank will become a weekly show. Now that's something, it's ridiculous. I think they should be able to do that with ease. It's such a little change, it's such a little programming thing that I'm sure their coders are more than capable of changing that. So please allow us to do live events and network specials during the week. It's such a little thing and something that would improve universe mode a lot. And number 6, be able to control running superstars. Now that is, I really want to be able to do this. I hate that it's controlled by the AI, and sometimes he just does stupid things, and it's just not what I want him to do, especially when you're kind of in that fantasy mode where you're booking your own show and you want it to go, especially how it's done in your head. I think that will be insane. Please let this happen. It would be insane. And more matches on shows and pay-per-views. I think that would be just, again, another little simple change. Or they maybe even unlimited matches, so people just can do whatever they want. It's all about creative freedom when it comes to universe mode. So having more matches on shows, especially like Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns, you know, I think sometimes it just sets as, like, even if you give it 7 matches, sometimes it gets ruined by promos and show openers, and then somehow it glitches out and I only got 3 matches on the show or 4 or 5 matches on the show. I think they really need to iron out the glitches in terms of that as well. But yeah, to set more matches on shows, and especially pay-per-views when it comes to WrestleManias, when I've set up a lot of feuds, and especially when you've got it from 2 brands, it really means like I need more than, I don't know what the limit is right now. I think it's like 9 or 10 of pay-per-view, but I need like 15, 18, 20, 25, maybe. Just, I think the easiest way is just to give us a limited amount of matches, or 30 matches in terms of the pay-per-view. I think that would be great. It's just a little thing. Again, like a lot of things on this list, something so small that could really improve universe mode, and just to add these features would be absolutely incredible and give so much creative freedom to the player. Again, I keep saying that, but it's true. And number 8, more than 2 shows hosting a pay-per-view. Again, just allow it to happen. It's so annoying. Sometimes I've set a pay-per-view to have both Raw and SmackDown, and then I didn't realize that the other pay-per-view of that month got grayed out, and by the time I've simulated my Raw and SmackDown, it's already gone to the next week, and skipped out that pay-per-view without me knowing. Especially like keep going back and forth within the calendar. It's so freaking annoying. And just allow all pay-per-views to be hosted by both SmackDown and Raw, especially now because it's already done. It's doing that in real life. So to add that feature, it shouldn't be a big deal, and it would be more realistic with real life. And also, don't take out the fact that, like, don't just allow us to do whatever we want in terms of hosting shows, hosting pay-per-views. If we want to just add Raw and to one pay-per-view and SmackDown to another pay-per-view, allow that to happen. If we want both pay-per-view, if we want both shows on a pay-per-view, allow that to happen. Don't change the system now where you have to have both shows hosting every pay-per-view. Allow us to choose what we want and what kind of system we want in our universe mode. Whether we want separate pay-per-views for separate shows, or if we want joint pay-per-views with both shows, if that kind of makes sense. I think I worded that incorrectly, but you know what I'm trying to say. And number 9, allow us to have pre-shows to pay-per-views. I think that would be cool. Especially, imagine if we can get like Renee Young, Booker T, and David Otunga, and more Beth Phoenix on like a panel talking about tonight's shows. I think that will be insane. I think that's a bit too next level in terms of what 2K20 is going to be able to do and how much improvement Visual Concepts has done so far. But maybe next gen we can do something like that. I know the NBA 2K series, they've really made it as realistic as possible when it comes to gameplay. But yeah, to add something to that like that next year or next gen would be awesome. But still, in terms of pre-shows to pay-per-views within universe mode, allow us to have that option and just set matches within our pre-shows so we can give more underutilized stars an opportunity. Of course, you can do that anyway. it really doesn't make any like difference if you do that. Like, just put them at the start of your show, but just to have that kind of pre-show banner would be insane. And you know, commentary actually saying those lines like, oh, this is the pre-show and it's streaming live on YouTube right now, and you can catch this pay-per-view Clash of Champions on the WWE Network for $9.99. You know, just to acknowledge that this is a pre-show would be a cool little detail that they could really add to the universe mode. At number 10, and to round off this video, greater customization of shows, matchup screens and show templates from the backlog of pay-per-views from WCW and WWE history. The amount of times where you have those kind of, honestly, there's a lot of crappy ones when you're trying to create a brand new show from scratch, like a show that's been in WCW history and WWE history. You could really get all those matchup screens and show templates and show logos from the WWE Network library. You've got every single pay-per-view ever from WCW and WWE history. Just get all those JPEGs, get all those matchup screens, get all those little videos. Allow all that stuff to be on disc. Use a better disc, I don't know, to fit everything on that disc. Maybe not everything, maybe even 50%. Now 50% of every single pay-per-view and matchup screen in history would be absolutely insane. You don't have to do duplicates. Maybe just do one modern day No Mercy and the first ever No Mercy screen, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, use, I think Royal Rumble's a big pay-per-view, so you can use a multiple of those, but like stuff like Vengeance, use the latest Vengeance matchup screens and then use the first ever Vengeance screens. I think there's only been one in history anyway, but you know what I'm trying to say. Use as much matchup screens and templates and transitions from the old pay-per-views of WWE and WCW history and implement them in the game so people can have a greater customization when creating new pay-per-views for NJPW, AEW, ECW history, also ECW history. You can use all those pay-per-views as well. It just gives a whole load of greater customization to the WWE game, to the WWE Universe mode, to allow that to be a part of the Universe mode and your story. And you can just go back and say, oh, that's a really cool pay-per-view, I want to be able to use that in my Universe mode, and allow that to be automatically in the game, so you don't have to actually go and create it. Allow it to be automatically imported if you wanted it in your Universe mode. So when you go into your calendar, just press triangle, and when you import a pay-per-view, allow a whole selection, a whole roster, 200, 300, 400 different pay-per-views to be there at your will, to import them into your Universe mode rather than have to go into community creations, downloading what other people have made or spending hours creating the perfect arena. Allow them already to be in the game. It will be absolutely insane, man. I know it's a lot of work maybe to customize these kind of things and to add all these arenas, but you know what, it's worth it, man. It's flipping worth it. Imagine having all those arenas, all that history in these WWE games, man. It would be insane. Just add it into our Universe mode. And that's gonna be it for this first top 10 things we want in WWE 2K20 Universe mode. Go ahead and subscribe right now with post notifications. Also, catch me on Twitch and Mixer live streams. We've been doing a lot of Greedfall so far. Going to be continuing that, but also implementing a lot of course, WWE games and old school WWE games. Because I was playing Greedfall anyway, that's why I was live streaming that. But I know this is primarily a WWE games, a professional wrestling games channel. So don't worry, we're going to be streaming a lot of that, playing a lot of that on this channel, Twitch, Mixer as well. So go ahead and please follow me there so I can grow those platforms. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe, share this with all the WWE lovers, people you love, people you hate, but still love professional wrestling. Share this channel with them and share this video. Do whatever you can. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 15,200 subscribers, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.